So we've been on a bit of an Instagram sort of flavour the last few episodes. I thought we might continue it today by talking about whether you should have a business profile or a personal profile on Instagram. My name's Chris Hargraves. This is Digital Marketing Mastery for Lawyers, and you can find it and many more things at digitalmarketingforlawyers.com. We are talking about Instagram. We have been talking about Instagram a little, and today we are talking about the choice when you set up your Instagram account as to whether you want it to be a personal account or a business account. Now, I'm not going to go through every single tiny little difference between these things. I think there are some big picture differences that we need to deal with, and I'm going to focus on those. If you're using Instagram for business, you're going to be naturally tempted to just pick the business account because, after all, it's a business, and so we should be running a business. And by and large, that's probably the right decision, which I know means that many people will stop listening at this point. But if you're still here, let's talk about why the business account is generally going to be better suited for business use. There are, however, some other factors that you need to consider. So what are the principal differences? The first major difference when you convert your Instagram profile to a business profile is the fact that you get access to better and more detailed analytics about your posts and about your followers in particular, when they are online, roughly who they are, that sort of stuff. Okay, you can always figure out who your followers are just by looking at the list of followers, but this gives you some greater insight, and I'm using that word deliberately because it's called insights in the Instagram program, some greater insight into the engagement that your followers have. And that can be very useful data if you use it correctly. Now, we need to be careful with data because a lot of people like looking at it but don't do anything about it. That's a story for another day. You get the data and that's good. Okay, for business purposes, having data and information at your fingertips is always good. The next thing that I think is probably the next biggest thing is the ability to run ads through your Instagram account, which means obviously if you're in business and you have the desire to run an advertisement, possibly simultaneously through, say, your Facebook page and your Instagram account, you're going to be able to do that with a business profile that is connected to your relevant Facebook page. If you are never going to run ads, you can get away with a personal account. But, as I'm going to talk about in a sec, there are precious few downsides to the business account. There are a couple, though, that I need to mention that you should be aware of at the time I'm recording this, at least. So if you're going to run ads, go business. If you want analytics, go business. What are the other things we need to think about? And this comes back to the Facebook page questions. So one of the fascinating restrictions on the business account is that you can only connect a business Instagram profile to one Facebook page. Okay, if you're used to a personal profile, you can actually connect that to multiple Facebook accounts. That is not the case for business. One profile, one page. That's how it works, at least at the time I'm recording this. I don't know why, haven't investigated why, doesn't matter. That is a restriction. So if you are running multiple Facebook pages for some reason as part of your business, maybe you're a firm and you've decided to ignore my previous advice about having separate Instagram accounts for your various partners, and you want to have many Facebook pages connected to one Instagram account, you're not going to be able to do that with a business profile. What you would need to do is actually set up a separate business profile for each of your separate Facebook pages. So if you've started a new Facebook page for each group or particular industries or subsections of your firm's operations, then you're going to actually need a separate Instagram account for that, which is kind of what I said you should do last time anyway. So moving right along, the next thing is, and I can't for the life of me imagine why this would be relevant if you're actually using Instagram for marketing, but be aware you cannot have a private business account on Instagram. So when in your personal profiles, you can set it to private so that people can't snoop on your stuff or see your photos without your permission. You cannot do that on business. All business profiles are open. And again, that's kind of a mismatch of intention, and I can't imagine why you would want a private business profile on Instagram unless you just want the analytics, but you still don't want people seeing your photos. That would be a strange decision. So I think we can probably park that one, but you need to be aware of that as well. So that's really it. There are other slight subtle differences here and there. For business pages, for example, you can get a contact us button. And this is what a lot of people are going to like about business. So the three main things that really we need to embrace when we change over to a business profile, which we should, are advertising, the ability to have a contact us button somewhere on your profile, which can be handy, and the ability to get analytics and insights. I nearly forgot what it was. It wasn't a dramatic pause for effect, although let's say it was, and that way I don't need to go back and edit that gap out of my video. That is it. Hit like, hit subscribe, ask me questions. Got Instagram questions, got LinkedIn questions, got Facebook questions. What can I help you out with? Let me know. I am doing a bit of a social media thing at the moment. I'm on a social media trend in this series right now, but I will get back to also content, email marketing pretty soon, and also website strategy, because I think we need to have a bit more of a talk about how unbelievably boring we are as a profession on our websites. More of that to come. For now, that's it, and I'll see you next time.